Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So today I have slightly yarny related, which has not been usual for a lot of my videos lately because of the vlogtoberness going on. But slightly yarny related, I have a Amazon haul that I thought I would share with you guys in case you were interested in the things that I found. Because let me just tell you, I think I've mentioned before that like for most of my life, as far as buying, selling, etc., online, I have been an eBay person because eBay was like the thing when I was actually buying and selling things a lot online. And like David has done Amazon stuff for a while, like not selling. None of us sell anything, and then Damon has, he's been an Amazon fan. And I'm always telling them, like, I don't know, guys, I don't do Amazon stuff. I'll just find it on eBay or whatever. Or, like, if it's something that I definitely, like, need from Amazon, like, Damon will buy it for me or, like, David will buy it for me. But I recently discovered it, even though it's an old thing that you guys are all, like, duh about. But, and I see the appeal. Let me just say that. As far as like, oh, do I need this? Oh yeah, I do need it. Let me check Amazon. Like, so I'm sure there's instances where things are cheaper elsewhere. There are, like, yarn is one of them. I know we've talked about that before. I have not found a lot of great yarn deals on Amazon. I mean, it's good for finding things that like you can't get in the stores anymore, even from like online orders on stores, but you're paying for it. I've found that out for sure. If you find really good deals, that's great. And I did find one that I thought was pretty good, and I'll show you in just a sec here. But one of the things that I found, well, I'll just start, but like one of the things I found is, so this is one of them, but I found a set of fall/Halloween scrunchies, like instead of just hair ties. Like when 80s and 90s, I remember these, the fabric covered. They're not as big anymore, I don't think. I mean, they're kind of making a comeback, I guess, but as far as like all the time, like you can find this theme and that theme, and at least in like Walmart, I don't ever see them that often. So I just thought I'd show you those. I love these. I thought most of them were going to be this velvety, like I thought they were all kind of velvety, but no, it's just the two solid ones here that are the black one on my wrist and this one. And then there are these, which are kind of, they're checkered. That's not the word I'm looking for. Like rustic. What is that stuff? It's like a flower bag kind of feel. It's that feeling. It's not quite that bad, but I mean, it's pretty rough comparatively. And then there was an orange and a black one of this almost like corrugated looking. I thought it was corduroy, but it's not. It's just like a fabric that's corrugated looking, but like cardboard. But I digress. Anyway, I found those and I decided I had to have them so I can just, my hair's not going to cooperate because it's been down for too long tonight. But I can do you can do a ponytail with a ponytail holder with a regular hair tie too. I know that, but I don't know. Something about this makes me feel like an 80s girl. Maybe it's just because I know that in my hair is like a velvet scrunchie instead. You can even put two, just like layer them up, right? I'm sure this is going to look just lovely. Yay, 80s girl. Anyway, I'm just being ridiculous now. Sorry. But, and then I found some Stranger Things stuff. I don't even remember what I was looking up, but I found two ornaments, which I have one from Bella, from Bella's Crochet Gifts. I will link her below. You guys should check her out. She's amazing, and she needs more subscribers, lots more. But I got a Demogorgon from her. That was like a Hallmark ornament. So I found these and had to have them, of course. One of them being, is that the front? Yes. The Surfer Boy pizza van. I love it. So I love it so much. But I got that. If I can get the box back on, that'd be great. I suppose it's not going to stay in the box anyway, but... So I got that. I'm going to have like a Stranger Things tree again this year, I think. Like even more so now, I guess. But and then the other one that I got... Date Night Chief Hopper. How cool is that? I don't know if they have like a Hallmark one in his police uniform, like in his, Hawkins police uniform. But if they do, I really want that. So I'm going to have to look it up. But I will gladly take Date Night Hopper also. So excited. Like, I'm the biggest nerd. You guys know that though. So I got that. And then I got this. So it's in this case, which is a pretty nice little case already. And this was only like $5 or $6, by the way. But it is, okay, it's a sewing kit. Just going to say that. Sew Simply by Artika. But what I needed it for, so I don't sew, FYI. I don't sew. Like I mend things and things like that by hand, right? But so Damon has this Harry Potter hat. That's like the kind, if I can find a picture, I'll put it in here, but it's the kind like the stocking hat, and it's got the two little braids, and it's got like a little puff ball on the top. And at some point in his life, this had gotten, like a kid had gotten a hold of it. It had gotten mangled. The puff ball was ripped off of it. The top part was ripped open. It was in a bad way. And I had repaired it, sewn it back on and everything, and I'm very proud to say that the puff ball has stayed on the top. However, since he's washed it a few more times, some of the stitching that I probably didn't stitch up originally and it was still loose or whatever, that has become further loose, so it's opening up. And when I did my Eddie doll here, and I said it was a very bad like hand embroidered job that I did just trying to do his little Hellfire shirt. I used up every single bit of my red, black, and yellow yarn thread in my sewing kit. So I was telling him, like, I really want to get some more thread, because I only have my black thread at this point. Like, 'cause I don't sew, so it's not like I keep a lot of stuff around. So I was like, I'll get another sewing kit. Well, I expected to get another sewing kit like the one that I had, which was just this little, it was a little compartment, and it just kind of hinged and opened up, and inside of it was like one little piece of cardboard with the thread wrapped around, just enough to do like sewing on a button or whatever, I think there was a couple buttons with it and a really chintzy little pair of scissors and a cardboard and wire, one of those needle threader things, and a couple of safety pins and like a needle, like all of this stuff, just a couple little tiny things crammed into this little shell case, right? But so I bought this one. Let me show you what's inside of this, you guys. I mean, that's pretty impressive for like $5 or $6, right? All of this down here are different bobbins of thread. And like I was telling Damon, like he said, it doesn't look like a whole lot. And I was like, yeah, but you don't need a whole lot for doing stuff that I do, like mending things and stuff. And each one of these, like, let me take one out and just show you. It's on this pretty sturdy little cardboard roll, which that's great. In there, you can see the amount of thread. Like, it's not a ton, but it is enough. And considering how many different colors are in here, I think one of those like bobbins had more thread on it. I keep saying yarn. Had more thread on it than the whole little cardboard insert of my other cheap one. And that little kit that I'm talking about was like $3 at Walmart years and years ago. So to pay basically double for like 1,000,000 times more thread of every optional color ever. Yeah, I'll take that to begin with. And then it comes with all these really cool, it came with a crochet hook. See that right here? There's a crochet hook. And then I know that this thing is used for marking out like your hemlines or whatever, wherever you're going to sew. It came with I know this is a seam ripper. you guys that sew are probably laughing at me really bad, but it came with a yarn needle. And then it came with a whole thing of actual needles, which may not be a ton. It is a lot, though. I think it's a lot, considering I don't really do that. I know I have a separate pack of needles that I've bought years and years ago, just kind of when I needed one or whatever. And that alone was a couple of bucks, I think, at Walmart. But that came in there. There is a tape measure right here, which doesn't look like paper. I think it's like the thicker plastic, so like that's great. I haven't taken it out yet, but it's better than a paper one. It comes with a little set of like buttons, safety pins. This is probably more buttons and safety pins that were in my little cheap one from Walmart, by the way. And then this thing back here is a little needle threader or whatever that is actual plastic, at least, instead of like a little piece of cardboard. Not saying it's probably the greatest quality thing ever, but it's not bad. There's 4 of these little clip things. I don't exactly know what you do with them as far as sewing, but I'm assuming you hold your 2 pieces of fabric together that you're gonna sew. And they're little fun colors. Like this one's orange. It comes with a green one, a pink one, and a yellow one. And they're like hard plastic and metal, so I mean, not bad. There's a bunch of these straight pins here that come in a little holder, which mine came with like 4, my other little thing. There's this pair of scissors, which are still, I mean, fairly floppy, but they are metal, and I tried them on like the envelope that it was wrapped in, and they cut pretty easily, pretty well, just enough to, you know, snip something. And then this is a little magnifying glass, which is pretty cheap, but Damon and I took it out and played with it, and like we can, you know, magnify letters and stuff just fine. And then this, yes, it's cheap metal, like a little plasticky metal feeling thing, but it came with a little thimble too. See, I know enough sewing to know what a thimble is. But yeah, and then it's in this little, like everything has got a little stretchy strap to hold everything in, and it folds up and then it zips, and like the case is, it's like faux leather. It's not, obviously not leather. It's very plasticky feeling, but it doesn't need to be anything terribly fancy, right? So that's what I got, and it was like I said, it was like $5 or $6. So warning, temperature too high. Sorry about that, guys. That's the first time ever that my camera has gotten too hot. I don't know why. It's very weird. Hopefully that doesn't become a trend. I did keep my 80s hair up though. Anyway, so I showed you almost everything and then left me hanging at the exciting part. So I found, crinkly packaging alert, I found this yarn on Amazon. Isn't it pretty? Yes, I'm going to take it out of the packaging. They're all the same color too, but wrapped differently, kind of like Landscapes is. Landscape being my favorite yarn ever. They are listed as Bright Creations 3 skeins rainbow acrylic, 50 grams each, large crochet yarn skeins, rainbow color. Like I said, they're all 3 the same. They do have a little bit of a halo. They do not, again, I don't have a good sense of smell, but they don't smell like anything. So they don't smell any sort of natural fibery at all. They feel a little bit like it's not the softest thing ever. So they feel a little bit like wool. Like I would say my advent calendar, that's the superwash merino, that is definitely softer than this is. But I mean, it's not unpleasant. It's still pretty soft. They just have that little bit of feel of scratch as though it's wool. Now I did do, I know it's like a sacrilege against yarn, but I did do the melt test. And I mean, it even has like, I don't know how well you can see it, but it even has like the little, like there's a ton of little like white hair fiber looking things. but you can see where it melted. It straight melted. Like there was no burning hair. There was no anything. It's definitely acrylic. Like I was just checking, I guess. But I can't tell because I don't have an allergy or anything to it. So, but it is acrylic. It's in these little like donut shapes. There's no information on it, like, is it a 3-weight, a 2-weight, anything like that. But I would call this like a thick 2 or a thin 3. I would say it's just a little bit smaller than Lion Brand Mandala. Just a little bit. So like it's probably a thick 2 comparatively. But it's a roving style yarn. And you can see there's different colors going on here. It's very pretty. It looks like it has a pretty long color change to it. So I'll be interested to see what it works up as. So, and I basically have 150 grams of it. This must have been, I don't remember how much it was offhand. I did not look. But it couldn't have been that expensive because like I basically just got it to see what it would be like. So I don't remember what it was. 3 something or 4 something maybe I'm not really sure, to be fully honest. It could have been 5 something because like I got the free shipping, so I'm sure I figured like $5 wouldn't have been bad. I don't think it would be more than that. I don't want to commit to that though, because I know I was excited about finding some yarn on Amazon that I didn't have that just seemed you know, good. So you know what this reminds me of, for those of you who like feel-wise? It reminds me a lot of Yarn Bee Chloe in the feel, but I will say that Yarn Bee Chloe has got some wool in it. But this still reminds me of it. It has just a little bit of a halo, the way that Chloe does. Just a little, but it definitely doesn't. I mean, and I melted it, right? So I melted it. It's acrylic. But it would make me wonder, I think. Like, again, if I was allergic, I'm sure I would know right away whether it was or not. But it would make me give pause enough to wonder if, like, you know what I mean? Like, is it wool? Is it wool? Is there a little bit of wool in it? There could be a little bit of wool in it. But there's not. I'm almost positive. Anyway, so that is I got 3 of them, like I said. I wish I had looked before I did the video to see how much it was. But like it wasn't, I mean, and usually when I see stuff, like there's 2 different colors of Bernat Pop that I want that are just like, you can't get them in the store anymore. It's Planetary, and I think the other one's called like Moon Shadow. But those seem pretty pricey for the ones that are, so I haven't like popped on that. Bernat Pop, get it? But yeah, these must have been like decently priced, or I'd have been like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, that was my little Amazon haul, so I just thought you guys might want to see it and I don't know, see the random things that I shop for. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go to bed. So I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.